So Rabbi Yosef Kanievsky is an unusual Orthodox rabbi. He was in charge of the Board of Rabbis of Southern California, and most Orthodox rabbis do not join the Board of Rabbis of Southern California because it also contains conservative reform and Reconstructionist rabbis. Even most modern Orthodox rabbis don't join boards of rabbis with non-Orthodox rabbis because they don't want to give legitimacy to the non-Orthodox movements. But Rabbi Kanievsky is a particularly courageous Orthodox rabbi. He's willing to stick his neck out in areas where no other Orthodox rabbi in Los Angeles is willing to do that. For instance, Rabbi Kanievsky would be probably the only Orthodox rabbi with a pulpit in Los Angeles who would be willing to publicly disagree with the Rabbinical Council of California, the RCC, which is probably the most powerful Orthodox body in California. And Rabbi Kanievsky, I believe, is the only Orthodox rabbi who publicly came out against Proposition 8, which defines marriage as only occurring between a man and a woman. And so Rabbi Kanievsky is essentially written that he's not opposed to same-sex civil marriage. There's really no room in Orthodox Judaism for same-sex Jewish marriage, and I don't believe that Rabbi Kanievsky would support that. But as far as civil secular marriage, I believe Rabbi Kanievsky has written that should not be prohibited to people of same sex. So Rabbi Kanievsky recently wrote a column against those who say the move to ordain women departs into post-Orthodoxy, which is essentially leaving of Orthodox Judaism while remaining in the community of Orthodox Judaism, but essentially leaving the essential tenets of Orthodox Judaism. And Rabbi Kanievsky writes in the Jewish Journal, this claim and its variants are disingenuous and polemical, tended to preempt honest conversation rather than to contribute to it. Disingenuous in the sense that they could only sincerely be made by people who honestly subscribe to one or more of the following propositions. 1. Women don't have the intellectual capacity to master the Orthodox ordination curriculum. I don't know anyone who makes this argument who's opposed to the ordination of women. 2. Women are halakhically banned from teaching Torah publicly, from tending to the pastoral needs of fellow Jews, or from responding to the common battery of day-to-day halakhic questions that Orthodox rabbis need to field. So, I guess in traditional Judaism you would find people who would, traditional Orthodox Judaism, who may take this perspective. I don't think you'd find anyone in modern Orthodox Judaism or centrist Orthodox Judaism. Rabbi Kanievsky writes, as full members of the human community, women are entitled to earn PhDs, head corporations, and hold any elective office in the land. They are inherently disqualified for a position as prestigious as the contemporary rabbinate. I don't think anyone would hold that. There's really nothing prestigious about being a rabbi. There are many types of Orthodox ordination given out. The most common types are not really prestigious at all. You're not qualified to rule on Jewish law. Often the title rabbi is given out to a male teacher of religious subjects in Orthodox Jewish school, even though the person was never formally ordained. 4. Orthodox Judaism promotes gender discrimination for its own sake, with Jewish law lacking the authority to challenge this discrimination. I don't think anyone would hold this. The term gender is, I don't think it's normative to Orthodox Judaism. When you use the term gender instead of sex, you're saying that the male-female difference is a societal one rather than a biological one. I think traditional Jewish approach has been that male and female is something that's inherent, even biological, not just a construct of society. And point 5, Orthodox religious leadership is just fine the way it is and could only be harmed by the contributions of the other half of the population. So I don't think any of the post-Orthodox people believe any of these five. So let's discuss the ordination of women. I've written some blog posts about it on my website, lucaford.net.